I'm not a sovereign citizen. Again, libertarians have government. They just don't have a NSA and a FBI and a ATF and all those assholes constantly telling
So
you
tell
can't
me,
use your
what
gun.
prevents authoritarianism inside of your small government?
The hold on, this is hard to explain. So you know how like the anarchist idea is that we like govern each other because we won't let anyone get out of hand. It's kind of like
No,
that,
I don't
except
know. I
okay,
don't
well
know.
I'll explain it later. I don't have
Okay.
time or voice. So, anyways, in a small libertarian government, you have all these groups of citizens that have to
Hmm.
keep each other in check. So if one asshole tries to take over the country, obviously we all gang up on him and say, "Fuck you, you're out of the country."
Well, that's really interesting. How come if we're living under such an authoritarian yoke right now that people don't do that right now in order to stop this from happening?
How do you stop can you vote your way out of an authoritarian
Why do
government?
you
What are you
need to do
talking about?
that? I thought you just said that people can just keep people in check. Why aren't people keeping
You
people in
can't
check
keep
right now?
you can't keep shit in check, dude. Like right now,
Well,
if
then
Biden
why is your entire plan for people to keep people in check?
because if you have an actual representative government where your vote actually matters, then it would make a
Uh-huh.
difference if you vote against them. But since you don't
Oh,
in your
wouldn't that still
authoritarian
be people
government,
keeping
it
people
doesn't
in
matter.
check?
So in your authoritarian government, you have no change or bearing on what they do at all. Like you can vote against them, but they don't give a shit. They're like, we're gonna go kill people anyway. Fuck
So
you.
what is preventing this in your system?
Oh, in my system, again, like I said, they would have no monopoly on violence. They wouldn't have like
Then how would you enforce law if nobody had monopoly on violence?
the same way all law-abiding citizens enforce law by either consent of all the group, like all of the
Well,
law-abiding
that sounds
citizens.
like a monopoly.
That's the theory. The theory is as long
So
as
the theory is that the thing that will prevent the monopoly on force is a monopoly on force. You're a fucking genius.
so if you have a community of law-abiding citizens
Hmm. They then
and
have the monopoly
and
on
no one
force,
has a
and they can
monopoly
enforce
on
their will.
and no one has a monopoly, if
Hmm.
one person gets out of hand and says, I'm going to start everyone, then
Hmm.
all of the law abiding citizens either kill them or put them in jail or whatever.
Oh, well, can they just like outsource that to some kind of private arm like law
Yes, you can
enforcement?
hire private security, which
And
is
they will
not,
have the monopoly on force, correct?
no, it doesn't have the monopoly. You can hire private security. I can hire private security. Everyone
Hmm.
can hire private security. You don't even have to hire private security. You're well armed yourself, so you can be your own security. It's
Oh,
all your
that's
choice.
great. Well, the United States is the most heavily armed nation on planet Earth. Why
Great.
is it that the citizens don't have the monopoly on force now?
Because the federal government has tanks and jets and nuclear weapons. Do you
Yeah,
have
but
any?
we outnumber them 100 million to one. The
Do you think?
Vietnamese didn't have tanks and jets and weapons like that, and they beat us.
Do you think they give a shit about how many numbers you have when they have nuclear
They're going to nuke
jets?
their own country.
Of course they will. If you charge
Where?
them at the Capitol building, they
They're
will.
gonna nuke the Capitol building.
They're going to nuke you charging the Capitol building. If you run out
They're
there with
gonna
your
nuke
little
you charging their
hunting
Capitol
rifle,
building.
if you run out there with your little hunting rifle and tell them you're going
Hmm.
to take over the government, they'll nuke your ass for
Yeah,
sure.
but you would think that the soldiers who were, the ones who would be handling the nukes could simply band together with these civilians in order to stop this from happening, right? They could
That's a
just
pretty
switch
big
the
gamble
monopoly on
you're
force.
taking there. You're
It
hoping
sure
that
is. It
they would
almost sounds
suddenly
like
have a change of heart and
it
stop following
almost
orders.
sounds like the monopoly on force is set from the people to another arm that they outsource it to. The system that you're advocating for right now, you could have right this second, but it seems that nobody
So
wants
then
it.
this theoretical authoritarian government of yours would suddenly become a libertarian government when faced with a moral choice. Interesting. I like this
There's
scenario.
no
Go on.
moral choice. What I'm saying to you is that
You just said the
ultimately,
soldiers won't push the button and nuke
oh,
their own
no, I
people.
didn't even say that. I just said what's stopping them from not doing that. You said nothing. So the question becomes if it's a matter of enforcement, and that's what we're talking about is a matter of enforcement. What's actually preventing this system from happening right this second? Couldn't people just make a small town and enforce their own shit?
The federal government stops that
The
from
federal government,
happening.
so they still have the monopoly on force,
Yes, because they have all the jet
even though
fighters
you
and tanks and
outnumber them
nukes.
150 million to one.
Again, nuclear bombs don't care how many farmers you have with shotguns. They don't give a shit, dude.
Nobody's going to nuke their own fucking country.